Yeah, we know we're very much so a feel-good group. When we train well, we build confidence into the week, and I think these past 2 training sessions have been very good, very intense. Good show of character, bounce back after that game to come in and to be that intense in these past 2 sessions. So obviously we're excited to be back at home. We know it's a quality side, Portland coming in. And yeah, we're just looking forward to make sure that we get the week right, make sure that we feel right going into the games, because we know we are a big feel-good group to carry us into the weekend back at home.
So last game was a little chaotic against Portland. A lot of fouls called.
Yeah.
Portland awarded 2 penalties. This match, you're without Kayla Fisher and Taylor Flint. Portland's without head coach Rob Gale.
Yes.
Are you expecting more chaos, and what's the plan to
Yeah, look, last time it was a very entertaining match, wasn't it? And so, yeah, very excited for it. Like you said, obviously, 2 players out for us for yellow card accumulation. He's out as well. So, yeah, I think it'll be a very entertaining match, to say the least.
So going back to that 3-3 result, a lot of goals. As the season winds down, do you notice that matches get cagier and you see a whole lot more like maybe 1-0, 2-1 results as people are trying to protect kind of what they have?
Yeah, look, I think this league in general is so chaotic. I think it's so competitive from top to bottom. I wouldn't say there's necessarily a trend in any sense of like when it starts to wind down what it looks like. I just think, as you can see in that middle of the pack, it's very tight. It's very competitive. And I just think it's, it's exciting for us to face this opponent again, knowing the last game and how entertaining the last match was. So, yeah, we're just excited for the weekend, and obviously very thrilled to be back at home.
So we talked a lot over the last few weeks about the 6-game gauntlet against teams. Coming out of that now against teams closer to you on the table.
Yep.
Basically tied on points with Portland. But we saw last week with Houston, the late equalizer for them.
Yeah.
Is there any sense or fear of the hangover from getting through that gauntlet really well and thinking, all right, we've done the hard part, we can relax, or is the focus a bit more on now we got to step it up?
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting because I think the narrative that's always put into place is how you view games, right? So when I talked to you guys about the gauntlet kind of early on, I didn't present it as the gauntlet. It was more game by game and what we felt we could accomplish home and away during that time frame. And I think it's the same thing. I think if we change perspective and put a different type of pressure on ourselves and the group, I think it is pressure that's unnecessary at this point. I think for us, if we stay that strategy and that process oriented that we have been, with taking it game by game, taking the little learning lessons where we can, and changing perspective. I said it last time, I'm a very big believer on opportunity will be present in any match in different types of ways. So it's us being able to take advantage of that, being in a good headspace to see it, take advantage of it, and walk away with points. So I think it's really important for us that we stay that strategy, we stay process oriented, and not outcome focused. And I think us as a group, we've showcased that when we do that, we do well.
Get to the point in the season where everybody has this concern, but the squad gets thin from time to time, based on suspensions and injuries. How do you feel about kind of your squad's ability to kind of cover when those things happen?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think in general, you can never predict. You just go with, and that's why one of our key words this year has been adaptable. And I think we've tried, and I've spoken about it early on, like we can't really predict the weather. We could think something's going to happen and something's going to go this way, but preparing for that adaptability, it's also football. There's going to be multiple different scenarios, and you have to be ready to be able to adapt to those scenarios as a group. So we've really focused on that this year, and the adaptability being a core piece, a core word of our conversations as a group. So I think it's just that, is adapting, being prepared, always being prepared. Are they, as a group, getting the information that they all need in any case, in any scenario that multiple times is unpredictable? They're ready to step in. I think the group's shown good character, good resilience in those spaces, and ability to step in and do what's needed for the group.
Maybe specifically kind of the back of the bench players that we haven't seen get as many minutes. I'm probably going to see maybe a couple of those hit the bench this time. How do you feel about their preparedness to go into the match if needed?
Yeah, I always think just being prepared mentally as an athlete is really important, that you're prepared whenever that moment is. It could be a certain scenario for several games, and all of a sudden you're called upon. So I think it's always trying to prepare them for that and keeping them in a good space for that. So obviously different games call for different things as well. Who are we playing? What are they offering? yeah, and I just feel like as a group we've done a really good job at supporting each other. I think I've spoken a lot about it early on. There's just a very good culture within the group right now and support within the group of each other and the success as a group. And sometimes that's inexplainable, but I am a big believer on what goes on in the locker room, and the bonds and the relationships in that space transcends to what's on the pitch. And we just feel like we're in a really good spot there, which hopefully prepares athletes for when they are called upon as well, feeling supported in all those spaces.
Any update on Gilly?
No comment.